Just yesterday, I arrived in Sandakan of Malaysian Borneo. Borneo is the third largest island in the world and contains 3 countries, Malaysia, Indonesia and Brunei. But it is also home to some of the oldest rainforests in the world and a lot of beautiful wildlife. Now, ever since I was young, I've had such a passion for wildlife and nature, so it's only presumable that this place was high on my list, but I never got the chance to get here until now. Sabah, which is in Malaysian Borneo at the northern tip of the island, and I've been staying in a place called Sandakan. Now, Sandakan is very near to Sepilok, which I've just traveled to, and this place is home to some very cool places, including an Orangutan Rehabilitation Center and the Rainforest Discovery Center, which is exactly what I'm going to be getting up to in this video, so let's go. To get in, it's 20 ringgit, which is really a great price, I think. I just need to get to the loo before we actually get started because I am bursting at the moment. But I am so excited for this because this place has a like a canopy skywalk that you can go on. It is home to orangutans, so maybe we spot a wild orangutan, and there are multiple hiking trails that you can go on. So let's just get to the toilet and we can get started. Okay, we are ready to rumble. Now, I forgot to say this place is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. but I believe you can stay longer on the canopy walk if you want to see the flying squirrels. But you can also book a night tour here where you'll actually go looking for the lorises, the flying squirrels and stuff like that. But today is fully booked, so I won't be able to do that today. But at least we can go check out this area, which I'm just so highly excited for. It's so nice to leave again like a city region and come somewhere where it is so beautiful and forested. Are just a guide of some of the common species that you'll find here, and the ones, well, they say good luck and happy birding, but the ones that I would love to see, which are also the hornbills. They are so incredible. When I was traveling in India, we went on the Periyar Tiger Trail, and that's the first time that I heard hornbills actually fly over and like screech their sound. It was such an incredible sound. So hopefully we can see some today. If not, maybe during my stay here in Borneo. But yeah, it would be awesome to spot them. Excited because we're heading over the sky walkway. The heat is absolutely incredible, should I say the humidity. And it looks like I've already got a spider web. Yep, I've already got a spider web on the camera. That's great. Just trying to keep my eyes peeled for like the top of the trees because I'm really hoping that we can somehow see a monkey or an orangutan. Perhaps. That would be so cool. Look how beautiful this dense jungle is, man. Yeah, so apparently Sabah only has 2 species of macaques. These ones over here. And they're already giving some safety tips, such as don't look them straight in the eyes and stuff like that. Because it's seen as a challenge or, you know, a sign of aggression. Now, I'm just going to be honest, like in most countries that I visited, the macaques are definitely like the gangsters. They are some cheeky monkeys. So I'm not particularly fond of the idea of finding them by myself. But we'll just have to see what happens. Oh my gosh. So the Sabah grey langur has been seen here in 2018, but it's very rare. If you see it, it says here. But look at that little face. How darn impressive would it be if you stumbled upon this little cutie? Oh. Just one thing that makes me a little bit sad is you have this like beautiful rainforest, massive trees, and in there far in the background it's just palm oil plantation after palm oil plantation, and that is actually one of the big threats to a lot of the wildlife and natural zones is the logging and the plantations. Unfortunately, Due to this, a lot of habitat is being lost, and more species are being pushed into like these very secluded little areas. So yeah, that is very unfortunate to see. It really breaks my heart, because even flying into Borneo, we first saw like the beautiful views of jungle, and then it was just, as far as I could see, it was just palm oil plantation. So hopefully we can do something collectively to actually protect the spaces that we do have and make sure that those stay nice and green and inhabited. There we go, I was not lying. Asia's largest ape can sometimes be seen along the Rainforest Skywalk, aka the Orangutan. What I'm really loving so far is all the information boards along the skywalk, as well as what I've seen so far in the Discovery Center, because even if you don't see anything physically with your eyes, because maybe you just didn't see it or you're unlucky or whatever, you still learn so much about the different species, about the apes, about the squirrels, about the birds, about the snakes, about basically everything. And I really love that, because while you're walking in this area and you're learning about them, there is a potential that you can actually see them. So it's really cool to have like this immersive education type of thing going on. So that's really lovely. Listen to that. This is so stunningly beautiful, man. The sounds of all the insects and the birds. It's actually quite breathtaking to think that I'm in the rainforest of Borneo, even if it is on the edge of the Kabili Sepilok Rainforest in a Discovery Center. This is my first taste of it, and wow. This is really impressive. Like, I don't think that there are many situations that feel like this, you know, being out there in the green, in the wild, and being surrounded by all the sounds and the smells and the everything of the forest, of the rainforest. Now, I can't be 100% sure, but just how all those branches are so perfectly placed, that could potentially be an orangutan nest. I'm not 100% sure, like I said, but what else would that be? Okay, that's the Hornbill Tower. Looks like it's going to be a lot of stairs, but I'll do it. Because I'm currently looking at the map, and I think that the other walkway stops somewhere, but there are actually trails on the ground, and there is a very massive tree here that is extremely old, and it says here it's as big as a 25-story building. So I would actually like to go and see that on one of the trails, and then we can take it from there. Sorry for the absolute shitty quality, but over there is some sort of bird of prey with a nest. But this is filmed on the iPhone at like ridiculously bad zoom. So the idea, I'm not sure if you can see this, but I've just gone to the Hornbill Tower. Now from there I've gone down. I'm going to take the normal main trails, and then I have to go off of onto like just a normal foot trail. But if you've seen maybe some of my earlier videos of me hiking in the Netherlands, you'll know that even though routes are usually well notified, even then I can sometimes get lost. So let's hope I can find this tree. Okay, I gotta say, I'm in the jungle, but I thought it was gonna take a lot longer. So I was like, oh, where are these trails going? They're telling me to do everything, but I don't know where to go. But the Sepilok Giant Bypass is 70 meters away. Thank you for all the well signed out boards. Really helpful. And it's also not too far, which is great, because really you cannot tell through a camera how humid it is, but it is so humid today. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm so confused because first at the top there it said still 70 meters to go. Now it's 170 meters, so I haven't done anything different. But apparently I've added an extra 100 meters to this trip. And also now it's starting to get extremely muddy. Oh my god, what was that? Okay, I heard like a hissing sound. Oh my gosh, this is not just anything. This is a wild orangutan and its baby. I'm so glad I came down this trail. This is insane. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's eating. I've spotted an orangutan and its baby. Oh my goodness. Believe that it is generally like my first day here in Borneo, in Sandakan, Sepilok. I arrived yesterday, so my first full day, and I've already seen a wild orangutan. I was not expecting that because I thought I would see my first orangutan at the rehabilitation center, but I've seen it today. Not only that, it was two larger ones and a baby. That is absolutely incredible. When I first got there, it was just me and two other people coming from the other side of the trail. So to have those initial moments to ourselves with these orangutans, I'm actually blown away by that. That is such an incredible wildlife sighting. I'm so happy with that. Now just to find this big tree. That is absolutely massive, man. Oh my goodness. As I'm walking away from this tree, it just suddenly hits me that this is only here because it's protected, probably. Because, like I said, Borneo is dealing with a lot of logging and a lot of plantations. So a lot of these old trees, habitats for orangutans and stuff, are drastically and very rapidly disappearing. But the Kabili Sepilok Rainforest Reserve is actually the only fully protected lowland rainforest, and it is about 43 square kilometers. So there's a nice chunk just outside of Sandakan. But it's actually incredible that this area is protected and that cannot happen to it here. So I'm really grateful that I'm experiencing this today. Okay, well, I got a bowl of water at the cafe and now I'm almost back at the entrance and the visitor center. Now, my original plan was actually to go to the orangutan rehabilitation by 3 o'clock so I could actually see the feeding of the orangutans. But that means I would have had to rush it here because I got here at 1 and the feeding is at 3, and it was either a 25-minute walk from here to the rehabilitation or I would have to take a grab. But once I was here, I was like, oh man, I just want to walk around and see things and relax. And I'm glad I decided that, because otherwise I wouldn't have seen the orangutans, the wild orangutans. So now the idea is that tomorrow I'll go to the rehabilitation center before 10 a.m. so I can still see the feeding. And for now, I'll just stick the rest of the video to this video and I'll see you in the morning. Bye! Well, good morning, guys. I've made it to the Orangutan Rehabilitation Center, and I have just gotten my ticket, which was 30 and then plus 10 for my camera. And yeah, you're not allowed to take your bag in with you, so I put that in a locker. Now, as usual, before I go and do anything else, I need to go to the loo. So go and empty the bladder and then we can get started. Thank you. Okay, I have made it inside. Now, this Orangutan Rehabilitation Center is under the Wildlife Department of Sabah. It was set up in 1964, originally for baby orangutans, but now they look after confiscated, orphaned or injured orangutans. Now this is right on the edge of the Kabili Sepilok rainforest, so the orangutans that are, well, rehabilitated, they can come in and out as they want from the forest, which is really nice. For today I tried to make it here on time because at 10 a.m. they have a supplementary feeding, again at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. It is now about, well, 9:30, 9:30, so I have about half an hour to actually walk around a little bit before we go to the feeding platform. Fingers crossed we get to see a orangutan before then. No food and drink, no smoking, no spitting, almost no noise. Obviously we're in a natural environment. No littering, no hand phones, so no phone, no bag allowed. And I think these are the boardways that we see here circled around, so there will be a visitor viewing platform, but this is where we have to go into the forest along the boardwalk. Because the orangutans are free to go as they please into the forest, there is actually no guarantee that I will see one along the boardwalk. So I really feel very lucky that yesterday at the Discovery Center I was able to see wild orangutans. Okay, I don't know if you actually heard that noise, but that is an elephant. I also know that this rehabilitation center sometimes looks after other species, including pygmy elephants. Now that sounds like such a deafening sound, and I've heard this sound before in India, but that is definitely an elephant. Yeah, it's really incredible that you have the rehabilitation center so close onto the forest where, you know, you have wild orangutans as well. So it's definitely a beautiful and green place, and I can imagine the orangutans are quite happy roaming around among the beautiful trees. So I've made it to the feeding platform. So here at 10 a.m. what they're going to do is give a supplementary feeding to the rehabilitated orangutans. Now, a process of rehabilitating an orangutan from being either confiscated from being in a home or being orphaned to then actually being able to completely scavenge in the wild is quite a process that could take a couple of years. So here they do 2 supplementary feedings a day, so 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. Now they try to make it as bland as possible to encourage orangutans to actually go out into the wild and scavenge for themselves, and also the people that do the feeding will try and not interact. But you do get the opportunity to view this feeding from the viewing deck. Now, I already saw an orangutan nest up in one of the trees. It's quite far away, and I don't have my zoom lens, so I'm trying to film with my cell phone. But I could see one little arm coming up and down. But yeah, we're just going to have to be patient, see if orangutans arrive, and then check out the feeding, which starts in about half an hour or so. I decided to leave the viewing platform at the feeding session because although it's really interesting to see, you know, there were 3 orangutans there getting food, despite the boards at the front, people were not keeping their voices down and it was getting quite busy. So for me, I can understand the supplementary feeding, but just a critical look would be, why is it, are the feedings being done so close to humans, especially so many humans? What is the purpose of it? Does it have any rehabilitation purposes? Does it affect the rehabilitation for orangutans to be fed so close to humans twice a day? Because even though I can understand everybody's getting excited, I do think that this is an area that we should definitely be keeping our voices down. So that is just one concern that I have. Other than that, I think it's really incredible to see these orangutans, and there were just 3. So that means that it's not like everybody is hoarding back to come and get fed. It's just certain individuals that are coming back. So that is a good sign that a lot of them are out in the wild scavenging. But I would just have some concerns on the amount of noise and humans around when they're being fed. But that being said, I did think it was very interesting, and yeah, I'm glad that I came and checked it out. To the outdoor nursery now, but as you might be able to hear, I think the feeding session is done because now everybody is coming this way and obviously the sound is up again. I don't want to come across annoyed, but it is a little bit frustrating when we are in a place that is here to rehabilitate wildlife and that, you know, the noise levels are not taken seriously. So that is just one thing that, yeah, I definitely find a little bit concerning. So I've arrived in the outdoor nursery, and what I'm presuming is that this glass is tinted, which means that the orangutans can't actually see in, but we can look out, but it's quite incredible. So they don't know that we're here, but we get to observe them from quite close. Oh, watermelon. Yes. In the nursery, and I'm going to head out now. Now, I did enjoy my time here at the rehabilitation center to actually see the orangutans so much closer, but I've got to say that nothing beats my experience yesterday at the Rainforest Discovery Center, where I bumped into those wild orangutans. Like, that is such a special experience, and it will be a memory for a very long time. Now, this is just the start of my Borneo trip, so I'm really excited to see what else will be coming up. But for now, this is where I'm going to end off the video. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to see more of my adventures, definitely subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.